If you didn't already know, we're being invaded by World War I country balls. You can pick up Austria-Hungary, Germany, or the Soviet Union right now. Just use that first link in the description down below to head over to Makeship. They're only going to be here for a limited time. French people looking at this weak blackout that barely lasted 2 days with most subreddits still being opened. Yeah, definitely the entire nation of France was not too impressed by the Reddit protest. Maybe that was the problem. They needed more advice from French people. If anyone knows how to protest, it's them. When my favorite subs are down, so the algorithm starts recommending R Arabic. These are markings. I always knew the One Ring had Arabic on it after all, and they tried to pretend like it was Elvish. Wait, this actually does look like what was on that ring. Living in an American suburb without a car starter pack. How it looks versus how it feels in reality. You're basically on a deserted island. The public transit is either non-existent or very inconvenient. Well, unless you live in like the East Coast. If you're really lucky living in some parts of the US, you don't even get crosswalks. You have to jaywalk and basically play Crossy Road. Wait, this is just Frogger. Did everyone really forget Frogger already? High chance there isn't even a sidewalk. You don't exactly feel safe walking next to cars going 60 miles an hour. There's literally like 2 or 3 feet of space that's keeping you from unaliving yourself right now. Basically, you're kind of just forced to be stuck at home. Of course, there are exceptions to this rule if you're under 16, disabled, care about the environment, can't afford a car, or just aren't comfortable driving. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly how it is being in a suburb without a car. Whenever I don't have my car for a couple days, I do literally feel like I'm trapped. Life just feels meaningless. Like I said, unless you're in the East Coast though. Become a republic by winning a war, small brain America. Become a republic by losing a war, slightly bigger brain Germany. Become a republic by beheading people, smarter France. But the best of all, make other countries republics, but never become one yourself. That's exactly how the island of Great Britain does it. Just become the #1 exports of republics. You can't do your own supply though. Only give it away, never do it yourself. Lionel Messi unintentionally trolled the CCP when stopped by border guards in Beijing. Traveling on his Spanish passport, he thought Spanish visa-free entry to Taiwan extended to China. Messi reportedly asked, "Is Taiwan not China?" when asked by the guards. Well, at least this guy had a good laugh about it, although he's probably down now 100,000 credit score. You know, I guess when you're Messi, you can just kind of do that. I don't think they mind. PewDiePie says he's finally free from content grind after moving to Japan. Someone replied to that tweet with a whole nother tweet, "Japan is Wakanda for white people." Honestly, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if anyone did, but they liked it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me in my head, but at the same time, yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure exactly how to respond to this. POV, you visited the Philippines during New Year's. It's weird this is coming up right now because I've heard this exact same thing recently. Apparently their New Year's is basically reenacting WWE2. How the rest of the world celebrates New Year's. How we spend it here in the Philippines. It's similar, but there's just a lot more added features to it as well. This is my personal favorite. It's funny because I thought here in the US, we celebrate with a lot of fireworks for American independence or July 4th until I watched videos from the Philippines. Early to mid 2010s American interest in Brazil starter pack. Now, not only did we have the Brazilian World Cup, but also the Rio Olympics back-to-back. That was in 2014 and the Olympics was 2 years later. We also saw the Rio Carnival on TV. Trendy Brazilian steakhouses popping up everywhere. And of course, American movies set in Brazil like Rio and of course, Fast 5 Family. Why haven't they named a Fast and Furious movie that yet? Fast Family. I think maybe it's too obvious. I don't know. Looking back at this time, there did seem to be a pretty big push to love Brazil. And then here in the US, it just stopped. I do still love me some Brazilian steakhouses though. Just arrived in Japan. Someone explained this to me. It's Mario and Luigi holding a sign that says, "Welcome to Japan." But they're Italian. This is globalism gone mad. Yeah, you'd think this would be a welcome sign in like the city of Rome in Italy. Why are these Italian plumbers in Japan? And why was Peach just forced to hold the sign hello? Could have given her something else to say? Should the entire country of Italy copy strike Japan? The best homemade dinner on the planet X. This guy replies with, "All of the UK eats like the Germans are still flying overhead." Oh, is that why they still do this? It's like a tradition they can't break. This man was obviously referencing World War II, specifically when times were pretty rough and Britain was all alone fighting the no-no Germans. Why does this bread look fake? Like, it doesn't look real. It looks like I'd pick it up and it would be hard. I think we finally have the answer for why British food maybe isn't so great. It's just tradition at this point. Your IQ is the temperature of the room, MFers, when I put them in a thermonuclear reactor, it's 400 degrees Celsius. And this is probably exactly what their face would do in this 400 degrees Celsius room as well. Like how both of those are pretty accurate. Here's that in Fahrenheit for my Americans out there. Seems reasonable. Average summer fan versus average winter enjoyer. I love how these memes are guaranteed no matter what season we're in. Watch, when winter rolls around, it's gonna be reversed. Winter will be the screaming soy jack, and summer will be the cool Chad. Except for spring and fall, I feel like we all agree they're pretty chill. The British military, we could really use a new sniper rifle. Meanwhile, 3 Brits in their garage creating the AWP. This is a story that I will literally never forget. It really was like 3 dudes in a shed. This truly is just a beautiful story, isn't it? Average Brazilian household be like, eat this every morning, pressure pan on the stove making hissing noises, casual violence on the news, these cloths in the kitchen, specifically with ants on them. Why ants? This specific dog. I've never even been to Brazil, but I know this is accurate. I have a lot of people telling me to come to Brazil though. And plates that look like this. These things just look really easy to clean. I would want some of these plates as well. Fine. I'll finally come to Brazil. You've convinced me with just this. Byzantium is the successor to the Roman Empire. This isn't even small brain. This is small dog brain. Russia is the successor to Rome. That's Homer brain. The Holy Roman Empire is the successor to Rome. I mean, it's bigger, but it's still small brain. Germany is the successor to Rome. Austria is the successor to Rome. France is the successor to Rome. Italy is the successor to Rome. Spain is the successor Rome. Turkey is the successor of Rome. Greece is the successor of Rome. San Marino is the successor of Rome. The Vatican City is the successor of Rome. Bulgaria is the successor of Rome. Serbia is the successor to Rome. Egypt is the successor of Rome. I like how we're going back between to and of. Britain is the successor of Rome. The US is the successor to Rome. But finally, nothing is more galaxy brain than there is no true successor to Rome. That was a twist I wasn't prepared for. I don't even think the all-seeing galaxy eye was ready for that. Or is this just like an upside-down Singapore country ball? This man came in with the haymakers, starting off the meme with Byzantium is the successor to Rome with the smallest of brains. I guess this is your average Western Roman enjoyer, not so much Eastern Roman fan. No smoking in English and Arabic, but more importantly, don't speak French. Again, English and Arabic. There does seem to be French missing from the sign. They are following the rules. Okay, where exactly did this come from? It's gotta be from like Syria or something. I'm trying to think of a Middle Eastern country that would really despise France. Honestly, there could be a great deal of places. I can't even begin to guess. Oh, you know what? This might be Algeria. Tennessee woman stunned when new driver's license has picture of empty chair. I wouldn't even be mad at this. I'd be so happy. It's like finding the most rarest of all Pokemon cards. Someone should have told her not to wear her invisibility cloak that day, I guess. That was such a dumb joke. No, but seriously, I would not turn this in. I would just try to get away with this for as long as possible. I guess people would like get upset when they have to check your ID and they just see a chair. Maybe that's what you looked like when you were younger. Virgin Vermont enjoyer, named literally derives from French. Landlocked, overrun by New Yorkers, not even original, expensive sales and state tax. Versus Chad, New Hampshire enjoyer, has 18 miles of beautiful coast, stole name from England. Almost no taxes, one of the 13 original colonies, hates New Yorkers. That's right, I always forget that Vermont was not a part of the original 13 colonies, even though it was right there. Vermont was at the time being claimed by New York and New Hampshire, but it was still kind of like undefined territory. I guess Maine was also doing some funky things up there too with Nova Scotia. You decided to look up Dubai starter pack. Let's see, rich influencers flexing their wealth, yep. TikTok highlight reels, but also people talking about the horrible conditions for some. Gotta mention the poop trucks from Dubai, one of my favorite facts. Even though talking about this is like beating a dead horse, if you weren't aware, Dubai has poop trucks. They literally are filled with poop, and that is because the Dubai sewer system needs some massive improvements. They're just loading up the fecal matter into these vehicles and shipping them out. I mean, whatever works. Here are the top 10 blanks to visit in Dubai. Yeah, it's vanity projects. Like, these are the only things I really know about Dubai. It's always the same topics covered. What else is there? There's gotta be something else to meme. Me watching Reddit remove API access, Twitter lock more and more features behind blue, Discord completely screwing up their username system, TikTok destroying everyone's attention span, and Twitch making it harder for anyone to stream, all while YouTube still hasn't added back their dislike button. It seems like they're all kind of doing this in unison, almost like this was a part of their plan or something. Let's just do a bunch of things to make our services worse. Because why not? Maybe that was a part of their, like, New Year's resolution. English people win flavor. Is this how you defeat them? Did the no-no Germans just need to add a bit too many spices to the plate? That would explain a lot. The LGBT allies when LGBT Axis shows up. When are we gonna finally see the LGBT Axis, though? I'm very curious about those members. I think we have the two factions showing up for WWE3. Documentary about some Asian countries' food culture. The restaurants are owned by some old couple. I've been doing this 16 hours a day since I was 12 and still love it. Okay, that is a guarantee. That always happens. It's super crowded. Western reporter tries something exotic but disgusting. Some strange food. Is that snakes? This place has the best food in all insert country. We use the best ingredients, but next door, the food does actually look good. Only focuses on street food though. Random men just hanging out on the streets, looking at the camera. The reporter is blown away by everything. We're not gonna talk about this part. This delicious meal only cost me about $1. This is what the locals eat every day. Oh, they always say that too. I feel like I was one of those foodie persons for like a month until I started catching on to these trends. Documentaries always follow this formula. It gets kind of tiresome. Like I said at the very beginning, if you want your own country ball plush with Austria-Hungary, Germany, or the Soviet Union, check out makeship.com. They're all gonna be here for a little bit longer. And big thanks to the patrons. I am the kidnapper. I oofed Drew since no one paid his ransom. This channel's now run by AI. Australia is real. I'm Argentinian. $20 is a lot. Asher, Traven, Chester, Tiny, Reagan's A Nargin, Inquisitor, Isaiah, John Denver, KirinoIsBestGirl, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, Twickenhamster,